Hey everybody, another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show about what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So this week, actually last 2 weeks, I painted up some more stuff for my Aleph, for Infinity N4. I painted up some more Battletech stuff from the upcoming new Mercenaries Kickstarter. And I took a break, did something for myself, and Jay and I painted up gangs for Gorkamorka. Just for funsies. And converted up some vehicles and stuff too. So let's see what's done and what is coming up. So first things first, here is my Aleph painting. I painted a Naga sniper who's going to be my not Atlanta, an Atalanta that isn't Atalanta, but is a lot more modern than the current Atalanta sculpts. I painted up a group of proxies. So we have a couple Mark 1s and a Mark 3. I have a Mark 2 still haven't painted up. And then I painted up the new Siocast tag for the steel flanks on Aleph, the Agamemnon the Atreides, or as some call him, Discount Achilles. He is a big size 5, hanging out on a 40 mil base. He's got his sweet DA close combat open hammer there, and some pretty great kill stats. So these were done with a Corax White primer from GW, and then Soul Blight Gray as an overall contrast paint. Highlighted back up, various other contrast paints, purples and pinks and yellows put down to zhuzh things up, and then just blending up highlights with the base tone of white and beige mixed in to finish it off. Real happy with how sharp these guys look. I'm going to get to play a game with them hopefully on Monday. But that was my painting for Infinity. Then I painted up some more stuff for Battletech Alpha Strike. I got my hands... Randall Bills kindly sent me some advanced preview models from the new upcoming Kickstarter for the Mercenaries. A Star Slayer and a Devastator in the back there. And I was doing a mini campaign with Bob this week, so I painted them up to go with my Northwind Highlanders, as it's a Mercenaries thing. We did Mercenaries on Mercenaries. We did Crucius Lancers, sorry, not Lanterns, against the Northwind Highlanders. And I also painted up some of the clan mechs that come in that same Mercenaries, or that the two-player starter set, because obviously we're Mercenaries. We would capture any kind of tech and use it if we wanted to. So I painted the Timberwolf as well, or of course, as the Highlanders would call it, a Mad Cat. Then I got two of the new tanks from the Kickstarter, the Ontos Heavy Tank with its 8 medium lasers. That thing is legit, and a Galleon Light Tank, and I got to try them out as well, and a little bit of Combined Arms Alpha Strike, which was super fun. They are primed with Imperial Hobbies OD Green, Olive Green, a bit of Eerie Mist blended into it through my airbrush, and then Scale 75, black metal for all the metallic bits, some nano gloss washes, and then just picking out all the details. I think I used Vallejo model color navy, and then I think it's like a cerulean blue for all of the what is it? We'd say the Will Wallace face paint on all the mechs, and then the Vallejo fiery orange, red, fire orange and red, fiery orange. And a little bit of white to finish off the lenses and the canopies and stuff too. So lots of fun to paint. I love painting battle mechs. The bases are Sterling Battlemire, dry brushed with I think Imperial Hobbies Magenta, and then a bit of beige, that Eerie Mist on the edge. And then those are Vallejo Tufts, the Vallejo Fiery Tufts, Fantasy Tufts. And it's been a minute, but I painted up some Gorkamorka. There's an old saying that if Gorkamorka was released with today's miniatures, it might have been the most popular miniature game of all time. It has a very interesting story. You'll get to hear all about that when we do the GMG Throwback Thursday rulebook review, and also the Let's Play with Jay, which is already recorded as we speak. We're going to play again this week, so I'm painting up some reinforcements as well. But I start off with my knob there. That is, this is D's Eyes, my Morker warband, and the guy in the back there with the one eye patch, that's Borkman. He had Turner, his spanner, in the back there with the wrench. And then Knots, with the top knot, is one of his boys. He's got Chins and Pickle, the two drivers and gunners. Chins is actually a spanner, the driver. And then over here we got Gogs, who's driving the war bike with a twin shooter, and then an extra boy I haven't actually hired yet. And my youth, Speedy. I wanted to use the original Gorkamorka orcs, but they're teeny tiny, like they don't fit the current orc models. And I wanted to use current range plastics. Obviously the trucks and the bikes and the tracks and stuff are so cool. So I just use them as youths, and it makes perfect sense. As soon as he gets 20 experience, he toughens up and becomes a boy, and I swap him out for a boy mini. But that's my starting warband right there, with like an extra in case I got to hire. And these are the reinforcements. I needed another transport because I was out of space for crew, and you can only have a warband size equal to what you can carry. So I built a riding platform to my other bike because I can have 2 spanners, give me 3 bikes and a truck. So a second bike, basically, with a riding platform is going to have my Slaver with 2 grots, and he's got his his catching pole, basically. And then I got a boy with a shooter, because I wanted to have a boy with a shooter. These are literally, I was like, these are modern orcs, and I was like, oh wait, no, they're not, because these are Black Reach orcs. These are still 15 years old. But I converted everything out of that. All the bits are Black Reach orcs, old Gorkamorka bits, and then a truck and 3 bikes that I bodged together. The back half of that bike is actually the boarding plank from the truck, and then one of the side pieces, because you don't actually want to use the full side piece on the truck, because you will never get the boys to actually ride on it, and they have to for the sake of the game. But this should get my warband into like a good fighting shape. I do have one more bike to convert up at some point, and I'll have a sizable Morka warband, although it will probably run multiple warbands because we do want to do some Outlander stuff too. I got a battlefield accessories kit because that was actually in the Gorkamorka box, even though we're using like the cool new terrain from Kill Team to have our orc fort and all our scrap piles and stuff like that, because like literally there are models today that you can play the greatest Gorkamorka campaign of all time. I wanted to paint up some period stuff, so I got this battlefield accessories kit to paint too. And this is my remaining stuff I want to finish up to do my reinforced company for my Northwind Highlanders, then I can move on maybe to somebody else. It's just the remaining clan stuff plus an urban mech, and that'll take me to a full 16 models in my Northwind Highlanders to play some late Succession War, not Succession War, some early Republic era games where these guys got access to some clan tech. They defeated those Jet Falcons and got their hands on it. For Infinity, I primed up and built some more stuff for my Nomads after I finish up all this Aleph stuff. So the Carlotta, Kowalski, and the Tomcats with their Zoncat and Moriarty. And I still have a Wildcat with a rocket launcher I want to paint as well. I've got the new stuff for the Morats, so I got to finish off my Oznat, this Raziat Diplomatic Division with a boarding shotgun, and then I've also got the expansion pack Alpha, which has another Zerat with a boarding shotgun, the Dropsuit Terriot, and the Rendak with his cool Zelda hookshot. Then, before I get to any of these things, I'm going to tidy up and finish these Mercenaries and expansion models for Aleph. I have Octavia Grimsdottir. I'm going to use her as a Beast Hunter, actually, and have that missile launcher be a Panzerfaust. Libertos with light shotgun. Miranda Ashcroft's going to be my dismount for my motorized bounty hunter. Nauf, who is a limited edition Nauf, I need to paint up. And then I got Eudoros and a Spitfire Myrmidon, who will just proxy as any old Myrmidon I want right now when I'm playing vanilla Aleph. And finally, I got the Caradon Overlord's Codewright, the ultimate rules lawyer. I may actually end up using him as a proxy in Forbidden Psalm. He's a very cool miniature that I don't really know what I want to do with, because he's so specific. I don't have a Caradon Overlord's army, but I love the model, so I may kind of maybe hashtag 28 him and use him in like Forbidden Psalm in my campaign. So we got almost 24 miniatures painted this week, a bunch of conversions done, lots of prep work done, and lots of projects on the go. So we'll see what gets done next week. I do have a couple things in the hopper that might surprise you. Till then, Mash. Have a good night. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look to the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Deathray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.